Ms. Math presents Geometry SOL Prep G1 Logic. Let's review our symbols to know. If, then, looks like an arrow pointing to the right. If and only if is a double-ended arrow. And looks like an upside down V, or like an A without the line in the center. Or looks like a V. Not is a squiggle. Yes, it is the same squiggle as used for similar, but the similar symbol will show up in between two shape names, not in logic questions. Therefore, looks like three dots in a triangle shape. To translate into symbolic representation, let's circle our symbol words first. I see if then. I'm going to circle those. Now I see the word not. I'm going to circle that too. I'm also going to circle the word or. Now let's put our symbols with our circles. Remember, if then goes where then is. Next, let's read what's left without our circled words. Ethan is tired. That matches up to Q. But wait, it's missing the not. Q is Ethan is not tired. So I need to write not Q because it's the opposite of Q. Then we have he does stay up late. This matches P. Finally, he sleeps in matches R. Let's write out what we have. If not Q, then not P, or R. We're done. Okay, let's talk about some conditional relatives. Here I have my original statement. If I forget to set my alarm, then I will miss the bus. Our first conditional relative is converse. We focus on the first two letters, CO. This tells us to change order. So our converse statement is, if I miss the bus, then I forgot to set my alarm. Next, let's look at the inverse. The first two letters, IN, stand for I negate. This means we're taking the opposite of each part of our original statement. Now, remember, we're still working with our original statement, not the one that's written immediately above this. We're not looking at converse. So, looking at our original statement, I forgot to set my alarm becomes I don't forget to set my alarm, and I will miss the bus becomes I will not miss the bus. So our inverse statement is, if I don't forget to set my alarm, then I will not miss the bus. Our contrapositive, first letter CON, means change order and negate. So we're flipping the order of our statement and we're taking the opposite. So my contrapositive statement is, if I do not miss the bus, then I didn't forget to set my alarm. A counterexample is an example that proves a statement false. In order to prove it false, the if part of our statement should be true and our then part should be false. For this statement, if a fruit is red, then it is an apple. I need a counterexample that is a red fruit but not an apple. What about a strawberry? It is a red fruit but not an apple, so this works. So that we completely understand counterexamples, let's also talk about what won't work. Radishes and beets are vegetables, so they're not fruits. That means they're not related to my original statement at all, and I can't use them as counterexamples. Moving on to our logic laws. The first one we'll talk about is the law of detachment. For this one, we are literally detaching or separating our original statement. Let's look at an example. If a shape is a rhombus, then its sides are congruent. If we separate this and we have another statement that says a square is a rhombus, then what do we know about the square? That's right, we know its sides are congruent. Next is the law of syllogism. Syllogism sounds like a fancy word, but it's really not complicated. Basically, we have two if-then statements, and the middle parts match. That means we can cross it out, and our conclusion is what is left. Let's try an example. If I forget to set my alarm, then I oversleep. If I oversleep, then I miss the bus. The middle, I oversleep, matches, so I can cross it out. My conclusion is what's left. If I forget to set my alarm, then I miss the bus. The law of contrapositive states that the contrapositive of a statement is logically equivalent to that statement. Basically, the contrapositive is another way to say the same thing. For example, we know that if x equals 3, then 2x plus 4 equals 10. Another way to say this is its logical equivalent is the contrapositive if 2x plus 4 does not equal 3, then x does not equal 3. This is logically equivalent to our original statement. Thanks for joining me for G1 Logic. Happy studying, and I'll see you next time.